So combination video here. This customer is actually driving from out of town to get this stuff. He's picking up a lot of stuff. So the main thing we're going to test out is a all the way 955. Now, what does all the way 955 mean? If you guys haven't seen the video, basically you get a final upgrade, AM regulator upgrade, and the mod done to it to where you get some actual average power swing. Now, when you turn the variable power down, your average power is still going to come down, just like it does with any export radio, okay? But you're going to get a lot more forward swing out of it. Like the ready-to-go 955s, they do swing forward a little bit on average, but you don't get a whole lot of meter movement on average power. PEP also comes up a little bit. Generally, these things do. What do they do? Like 120, 130 PEP, give or take, something like that. They're all going to be just a little bit different. He's also getting a 400 HD with a sideband, so we'll test it out as well. And not pictured is a 150 amp power supply he's getting. So he'll have some headroom to upgrade in the future if he wants to. Fat Boy 150 amp power supply set at 14.5. So what I want to do, since his power supply is going to be at 14.5, we obviously want to give him a fairly accurate test here. So let's get this down here. It's awful touchy. All right, there we go. 14.5 on our power supply. So we're going to test these out. First thing I want to do, I just want to test the 955 out, so what kind of average power it's doing. So we're just going to start with it all the way down. Show you guys what I mean. Let's turn that radio off in the background so we don't squeal. Hello. Yeah. So you get about 25 watts. What is that? 4 watts day key. And then if we were to turn it wide open, about 40 or so there. And that's with about a 13, 14 watt day key. Oh yeah, almost 45 if we really get up in the mic. Different mics going to be more responsive. We're just running old crappy Cobra stock mic on it right now. So you put something like a Superstar on there, it's probably going to drive it a little bit harder. PEP, we're going to test it with the 100 watt slug. You know what? We can do a 500 because 100 is not going to hold it. So let's go ahead and put a 500 in there. No need in putting the 100 in just to knock it against the wall. This is PEP. Audio 1 2 3. Audio 1 2 3. Audio 1 2 3. Audio 1 2. Audio. Easily over 100 watts on that middle scale, like 120, 115. Oh, yeah. Maxing it out on the front of the radio. RF power is wide open. Let's see what it draws on AM. Oh, 6, 7 amps. Our voltage did come up to 14.6. Now, I will say, if you have like a 15 volt power supply, you'll end up seeing more out of them. I think I tested one of these at 15 before, and it, I think it was in like 130, 135 watts PEP, something like that. So they you know, voltage, they will come up. Just a little bit of voltage goes a long way. We'll go to sideband, see how much it draws. Oh, 10 amps. Now, obviously, that's with the RF power wide open on sideband. Which, audio, still over 100. Now, show you what it does average on sideband. It's going to do a lot. That's why I don't recommend running these wide open on a sideband. Unless you're just running the radio, even then, I don't really recommend doing it because it's going to be pretty hard on the radio. But audio, see, I mean, it's showing 100 watts average. That's why we're drawing over 10 amps. So what I recommend doing, backing it down somewhere like right through here. Hello. Okay, maybe not that low. I lied. Audio. That's more like it. About 30 watts average. That's it halfway. 3/4. Audio. Say 3/4, it starts coming alive. Let's go to 1 o'clock. Audio. There you go. That's a good happy medium. That's about 40 to 50 watts average there. On sideband, of course, like I said, a lot of people don't weigh that in on sideband, and a lot of those same people, that's why they blow their amps up, because they don't think average power matters on sideband when it really, really does. Okay, so enough of that. That's basically everything about the radio. Now what we're going to do, we're going to pop this out, and we're going to put in our 1,000 watt slug, 1,000 watt element, and we'll go ahead and power up the car built. You can hear that sideband relay kick in. We'll get to sideband here in a second. We're actually going to test it on sideband. And yeah, so let's go ahead and set our dead key on all this right here on the fly. So we're always going to start low. Like to start with RF power all the way down on the radio. Go ahead and key up. We're going to roll it up. Let's get about 140, 150 watt dead key. Audio, and it's swinging to about 300 average. Now remember, right there, our radio's probably only doing 30 watts, 35 watts average, so getting 300 average is pretty good. Still getting plenty of forward swing on average power that people like to see, and this is PP. Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, TET. Audio, 1, 2, audio, 800 watts TET. Audio, check, 1, 2, 3. Audio, 1, 2, audio. Okay, that's our AM test. So how much is it drawing? Drawing more than 40 amps. How many times have I done that? Yeah, audio. It's not drawing much at all. He's going to have plenty of headroom with his power supply. Now, the real test is going to be how much can we make it draw on sideband. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to leave everything set where it was at. Now, remember, probably where if you were going to touch it on sideband, I usually tell people just leave it where you've got it set on AM just to be safe. But if you were going to adjust it on sideband, come up to about 1 o'clock with it, and we'll do that here in a second just to kind of compare. But now we're on upper sideband, and we're still on PEP. Oh yeah, audio, 700 or so. I'm going to flip our sideband switch up so our relay's not kicking out. Audio, check 1, 2, 3. Audio, check 1, 2, 3. Audio, right around 700 watts. So, going to come over here, and we're just going to ease this up a little bit, right to where I said would be about the max I would run it. Audio, 1, 2, 3. Audio, 1, 2, 3. Audio, and there's our magic number, 800 watts that we were looking for. Now, how much is it drawing on sideband? Well, that's a good question. Hello, audio, 1, 2, 3. Audio, 1, 2, 3. Audio. That's the reason right there why if you're going to run one of these on sideband, you have to have a 100 amp power supply. Okay, you can get by with a lot less on AM. But as you guys saw, this thing was getting close to drawing 80 amps or so on sideband. Why is that? Why is it drawing 80 amps on sideband? Well, you wonder, you say, well, they're doing the same PEP, you know, as it was on AM. It's doing 800 watts PEP on AM, 800 watts PEP on sideband. So why is it drawing so much? Well, here's why. I'm going to show you guys the average power output on sideband. This is why they draw more current on sideband. Hello, audio, 1, 2, 3, audio, 1, 2, 3. See how easy it's moving past 400 watts average? Okay. Back it down, and we'll see that change a lot. Audio, and then we get right at 400 average. And guess what? Where's the dead key set at? Right about where I had it set on AM when we adjusted AM for the correct dead key, I guess you'd say. When we adjusted our AM dead key, that's about where we set the RF power. And guess what? When you go to sideband and you're running average power on sideband, hello, audio, hello, you know, gets up there 400. Hello, draws about 54 amps. So that's running it pretty close to the same as it's being ran on AM that way. You can run it a little higher, but again, guys, if you don't have a bird meter and you can't watch average power, and you think, well, it's only showing 800 watts PEP, I'm not hurting this amp. There's no way I could be hurting it. It's the average power that's going to kill it on sideband. I know that goes against what all kinds of people probably say, but I'm telling you, just my experience, people that can't monitor their average power, or you don't have at least a clamp meter to monitor the amount of current that you're drawing, that's how you end up damaging the amp. Average power is a secret killer of amps. because this amp, there is no way. I don't care if you're on sideband, if you're on AM. There's no way this thing needs to be doing 600 watts average, okay? And if we turn this RF power up high enough over here, that's exactly what it's going to be doing. 600, 700 watts average, and it's going to have a very short life. You want to run it somewhere between 300, maybe a little bit over 400 watts average, and it's going to be in its happy place. 100 watts average per pill is a good rule of thumb on these standard 2879s. But I think the customer will really like this setup. He's getting one of the HD power cords. So this isn't his. This is just mine. But he'll be getting one with his. I gave him a discount on some stuff. Look, when people are buying this much stuff from me, guys, and picking it up in person, I can help you out a little bit on the price. I mean, I can't give it to you 50% off or anything, but I'm pretty flexible when it comes to that stuff. So this guy's buying a lot of stuff from me, and I have never done business with him before. Appreciate his trust. He's driving a decent little trip over here to get it, so just wanted to get this video done for him this morning before we get together so he can actually see his radio in action. Again, all the way 955, Carl built 400 HD with sideband. Nice combo. Now, if you want to run your all the way 955 a little bit higher, let's say you want to run it like that on sideband, probably want to step up and go ahead and get a 6-pill. So you don't have to worry about killing it with the average power. The 6-pill is going to take, 20, 30 watts more average than what this guy will. But nice setup. Again, he's getting 150 amp power supply, so he should have plenty of headroom to upgrade in the future. Should he want to change and go a different direction on amps. At the very least, a 6-pill, probably an 8. He could loaf this thing into an 8-pill and draw, probably a little bit over 100 amps on sideband. So that's it, guys. Rooster here in Tennessee. Questions, comments, shoot me a text, 423-299-3535. We'll be getting more 955s all the way in, getting them done up. But for the time being, at this time of this video, you can pre-order, guaranteed delivery, 10 to 14 business days. So again, don't be hesitant on that. That's most shops' policy anyway. When you buy a radio off most of these guys, heck, it's going to be 4 to 6 weeks before you get the thing anyway. So we're not doing anything extraordinary there. Pre-order option is on the website, roostercb.com, and there is a small discount if you decide to go that way. All right, thanks, everybody. Rooster in Tennessee. Questions, comments, text, 423-299-3535. Catch you guys out there. See you. Bye.